power of words in attraction. Imagine standing face to face with a woman who completely captivates you. Her presence alone draws you in. And in that moment, you realize that what you say next could define how she perceives you. Most men panic, resorting to generic compliments or awkward small talk. What if you had the ability to say something so simple yet deeply impactful that it lingers in her mind long after your conversation ends? What if a few carefully chosen words could make you unforgettable? Truth is, most guys fail at this because they don't understand what women truly crave. They assume that complimenting her beauty or showering her with praise will set them apart. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Women hear the same compliments over and over again. You're beautiful. You have a nice smile. I love your eyes. While these words might be nice, they don't leave a lasting impression. Women actually desire are compliments that go beyond the surface, ones that touch on something deeper and more meaningful. Think about it. How often do women hear someone recognize their resilience, their intelligence, or the way they carry themselves with quiet confidence? Rarely. And yet, these are the things that matter most. Women want to feel seen for who they are, not just for how they look. When a man is able to tap into that, he separates himself from the crowd in an instant. He becomes someone worth remembering, someone who understands her on a level most others never reach. This is where Stoicism comes in. Stoicism isn't just about suppressing emotions or maintaining an unshakable exterior. It's about wisdom, self-awareness, and mastering the art of communication. A true Stoic man doesn't waste words, speaks with intention. He understands that the way he compliments a woman is not about flattery, but about showing deep appreciation for who she is at her core. His words carry weight because they are grounded in observation, respect, and sincerity. When you learn to compliment a woman in this way, everything changes. She begins to associate you with a level of depth and insight that most men lack. Your words aren't just words. They become a mirror reflecting the qualities she values in herself. And that is what makes you unforgettable. You're no longer just another guy vying for her attention. You become the one who truly sees her. So, if you want to elevate the way women perceive you, start by mastering the art of meaningful compliments. Forget empty flattery and surface-level praise. Instead, embrace the wisdom of Stoicism and use your words to connect on a deeper level. Once you do, you'll realize that attraction isn't about what you say, it's about how you make her feel. Stoic approach to compliments. Compliments, when given correctly, have the power to create deep, lasting connections. But the key lies in how they are delivered. Most men throw out compliments like confetti, hoping that sheer quantity will make an impact. In reality, the opposite is true. Compliments should be rare, intentional, and deeply meaningful. It should make the person receiving it feel truly seen and appreciated. When a woman hears something that resonates beyond the surface, it sparks an emotional connection, one that lingers long after the moment has passed. This is where the Stoic approach changes the game. Stoicism isn't about suppressing emotions or acting indifferent, it's about mastering them. Stoic man operates with control, wisdom, and presence. He doesn't seek validation through flattery or desperation. Instead, he chooses his words carefully, ensuring that when he does offer a compliment, it carries real weight. This kind of man naturally stands out because his words are not impulsive. They are intentional, rare, and deeply impactful. A major mistake many men make is thinking that more compliments equal more attraction. But true value comes from restraint and precision. A Stoic man understands that his words should not be thrown away lightly. Instead of mindlessly repeating, "You're beautiful," he waits for the right moment to acknowledge something truly special about her, something that most men overlook. This level of awareness and control makes his words far more powerful than empty flattery. Imagine a woman who constantly receives shallow praise for her looks. It's nothing new to her. Then, a man comes along and says something that acknowledges her resilience, her intelligence, or her passion for something she loves. That moment is different. It makes her pause, makes her think. And that's exactly the effect a Stoic man has. He creates a space where she feels valued for more than just appearances. If you want to embody this approach and elevate the way you communicate, then it's time to embrace the principles of Stoicism in your relationships. Stop being the guy who drowns a woman in predictable compliments. Instead, become the man whose words carry meaning, depth and strength. This is the difference between being forgettable and being the one she can't stop thinking about. If this resonates with you, don't just leave it at theory, take action. Subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and join a community dedicated to mastering relationships through Stoicism. Every video will help you sharpen your mindset, strengthen your communication, and develop the kind of presence that naturally draws people toward you. Now, let's dive deeper into the 3 forbidden compliments that make women see you differently. Compliment mistakes most men make. Most men believe that compliments are the key to attraction. And while that's partially true, the way they deliver them often does more harm than good. First and most common mistake is overdoing it. Constant flattery, an overload of heart emojis, and generic comments like "you're so pretty" don't stand out, they blend into the noise. Women receive these kinds of compliments all the time, and instead of making her feel special, they make you look desperate. You overdo it, your words lose meaning because they seem like something you'd say to anyone. On the other end of the spectrum, some men make the mistake of underdoing it. They think avoiding compliments altogether makes them mysterious or hard to get. While Stoicism teaches restraint, it doesn't mean withholding appreciation completely. If you never acknowledge anything about her, she may assume you're uninterested, emotionally unavailable, or just not paying attention. The key is to strike a balance. Compliments should be rare but meaningful, and they are well-timed and thoughtful. They become powerful. Another major mistake is making compliments about yourself instead of focusing on what makes her unique. Some men unintentionally shift the attention to themselves. For example, saying, "I usually don't like brunettes, but you're an exception," or "you're way prettier than my ex" might seem like compliments, but they're actually self-centered. These statements make the conversation about your preferences rather than appreciating something special about her. A real compliment should make her feel valued for who she is, not how she fits into your narrative. To avoid these mistakes, it's crucial to be intentional with your words. Instead of bombarding her with empty praise, wait for the right moment to say something that actually matters. Instead of holding back completely, allow yourself to appreciate her in a way that feels natural. Most importantly, when you do give a compliment, make sure it's about her, not about how she compares to your past experiences or expectations. Think about the impact of a well-placed, meaningful compliment. Imagine telling a woman, "I really admire how passionate you are about your art. It's rare to see someone so dedicated." That carries so much more weight than "you're so hot." Why? Because it shows that you actually see her, not just her appearance. Well-crafted compliment builds a deeper connection, while a thoughtless one gets ignored. If you've been guilty of these mistakes, don't worry, it's never too late to change. Start by shifting your mindset and paying closer attention to what makes a woman unique. Next time you give a compliment, make it count. And if you're serious about mastering this skill, subscribe and join the community where we break down the psychology behind attraction, confidence, meaningful connections. Forbidden compliment 1: admiring her strength under pressure. Most women are used to receiving compliments about their looks, but very few are praised for something deeper, their emotional resilience. Society often expects women to be strong while offering little recognition for the challenges they endure. You acknowledge a woman's ability to stay composed in tough situations. You're complimenting something far more meaningful than her appearance. This makes your words stand out because they tap into an aspect of her identity that is often overlooked. Instead of holding back completely, allow yourself to appreciate her in a way that feels natural. Most importantly, when you do give a compliment, make sure it's about her, not about how she compares to your past experiences or expectations. Think about the impact of a well-placed, meaningful compliment. Imagine telling a woman, "I really admire how passionate you are about your art. It's rare to see someone so dedicated." That carries so much more weight than "you're so hot." Why? Because it shows that you actually see her, not just her appearance. Well-crafted compliment builds a deeper connection, while a thoughtless one gets ignored. If you've been guilty of these mistakes, don't worry, it's never too late to change. Start by shifting your mindset and paying closer attention to what makes a woman unique. Next time you give a compliment, make it count. And if you're serious about mastering this skill, subscribe and join the community where we break down the psychology behind attraction, confidence, meaningful connections. Forbidden compliment 1: admiring her strength under pressure. Most women are used to receiving compliments about their looks, but very few are praised for something deeper: their emotional resilience. Society often expects women to be strong while offering little recognition for the challenges they endure. You acknowledge a woman's ability to stay composed in tough situations. You're complimenting something far more meaningful than her appearance. This makes your words stand out because they tap into an aspect of her identity that is often overlooked. What makes this compliment so powerful is that it validates who she is at her core, not just how she looks on the outside. Many men often give surface-level compliments, like saying someone is pretty, cute, or attractive. While these remarks can feel good in the moment, they may not create a lasting impression. When you admire her strength, her ability to stay calm under pressure, or her resilience in difficult times, you are showing her that you see more than just her beauty, you see her character. That's rare, and that's what makes it so effective. Imagine this scenario. She's handling a stressful work situation, dealing with family drama, or managing a tough personal challenge. Instead of offering generic comfort or brushing it off, you say something like, "I really admire how calm and collected you stay under pressure." Most people would have crumbled in your situation. This statement is powerful because it shows you're paying attention to how she navigates life's difficulties. It's not just a casual compliment, it's an acknowledgement of her inner strength, which most men fail to recognize. This kind of compliment is also deeply rooted in Stoic wisdom. Stoics believe that true strength comes from mastering one's emotions rather than being controlled by them. You admire a woman's ability to stay composed. You're speaking to a virtue that both men and women respect. It's not about pretending emotions don't exist. It's about having the discipline to manage them effectively. By recognizing this quality in her, you show that you value emotional intelligence and resilience, traits that define true strength. Additionally, when you compliment a woman's resilience, you elevate the conversation beyond the usual flirtation. Instead of making her feel like just another pretty face, you're making her feel seen and respected. She will remember the way you made her feel long after the conversation is over, because your words spoke to something real. And in a world where most people are only noticed for surface-level traits, being the man who recognizes deeper qualities makes you stand out effortlessly. So, the next time you want to leave a lasting impression, skip the predictable compliments and focus on what truly matters. Notice her strength, recognize her resilience, acknowledge the way she handles challenges with grace. A woman will forget 100 "you're so pretty" comments, but she'll never forget the man who made her feel respected for her strength. If you want to master the art of meaningful attraction, subscribe and join the community where redefining how real connections are built. Forbidden compliment 2, appreciating her passions. Most men make the mistake of only complimenting a woman's looks, but true attraction goes beyond surface-level admiration. Women want to be valued for who they are, not just for how they appear. Complimenting her passions, what excites her, drives her, and gives her life meaning shows that you see more than just her beauty. It tells her that you appreciate her depth, her ambitions, and the fire that fuels her soul. This kind of compliment works because it makes a woman feel understood and validated in a way most men overlook. Many women have experienced situations where their interests were dismissed or not taken seriously. But when you take the time to acknowledge and appreciate what she truly cares about, it creates a deeper connection. Instead of generic praise, you're showing genuine interest in what makes her unique. For example, imagine she's passionately talking about art, music, fitness, writing, or any subject she loves. Instead of just nodding along, say something like, "The way you talk about your passion is inspiring. I can see how much it means to you." This simple yet powerful statement lets her know that you're paying attention not just to the words she's saying, but to the emotion behind them. It tells her that you respect what she's working toward and admire her dedication. This approach aligns perfectly with Stoic wisdom. Stoics believe that a meaningful life is one lived with purpose. People who pursue their passions with discipline and perseverance are living in alignment with their true selves. You acknowledge this in her, you reinforce the idea that what she does and why she does it matters. You become the rare man who sees beyond the superficial and values true purpose. Moreover, when you appreciate a woman's passions, you open the door to richer, more engaging conversations. Instead of the usual small talk, you create a dynamic where she feels comfortable sharing her dreams, ideas, and aspirations with you. This builds emotional intimacy, which is far more powerful than just physical attraction. She will naturally associate you with feelings of excitement and motivation, making you someone she genuinely enjoys being around. So, if you want to stand out from the crowd, don't just compliment how she looks, compliment what lights her up inside. Notice what makes her eyes sparkle when she talks, the energy in her voice when she shares her goals, and the dedication she pours into her craft. A woman will always remember the man who recognized her passion because, in a world where most men only see the surface, you saw her true essence. Want to learn more about mastering deep, meaningful attraction? Subscribe and join the community. This is where real connections are built. Forbidden Compliment 3, celebrating her progress and growth. Most people love receiving praise for their achievements, but few get recognition for the effort and resilience they put into reaching those milestones. Complimenting a woman's growth, perseverance, and progress rather than just the end result makes you stand out. It shows that you see her journey, not just where she has arrived. This kind of praise feels deeply personal and meaningful, reinforcing that you appreciate her determination and strength. This compliment works because people often feel unseen in their struggles. Many women work hard behind the scenes, whether in their careers, fitness, studies, or personal growth, but they rarely get acknowledged for the process. Instead of saying, "Wow, you look amazing now," try, "I've seen how much effort you've put into this, and it's inspiring to watch your dedication." This shifts the focus from external validation to inner strength and perseverance, making your words far more impactful. Timing is key. Instead of offering compliments only at the finish line, recognize the small wins and moments of resilience. Maybe she's been training for a marathon, learning a new skill, or overcoming a personal challenge. Best time to acknowledge her effort is during the journey, not just when she succeeds. This shows that you value her commitment, discipline, and persistence rather than just the final outcome. This aligns deeply with Stoic wisdom, the philosophy that the journey matters more than the destination. Stoics believe that true growth happens through struggle and persistence, not just in achieving goals. You compliment a woman's process rather than just her success. You reinforce the idea that who she is becoming is more important than any single accomplishment. This recognition creates a deeper bond, as you're not just admiring her achievements, you're respecting her character and effort. Additionally, celebrating progress rather than perfection makes your presence in her life more meaningful. Most men only notice the final transformation, but you notice the hard work, discipline, and sacrifices along the way. This makes you stand out as someone who truly understands her journey. When she feels that level of appreciation, she will naturally associate you with support, encouragement, and positivity, qualities that make any connection stronger. If you want to leave a lasting impression, shift your compliments away from results and appearances and toward effort and progress. Men who recognize a woman's inner drive, resilience, and growth are the ones who make her feel truly seen. Want to master the art of deep, meaningful attraction? Subscribe and join the community. This is where real connections are built. How these compliments rewire attraction. Attraction isn't about throwing out generic compliments or excessive flattery. It's about understanding, respect, and depth. The way you praise a woman determines how she perceives you. If your compliments are shallow and predictable, she'll see you as just another guy seeking validation. If your words show genuine insight into who she is, you become someone she respects, remembers, and is drawn to on a deeper level. Each of these compliments, admiring her strength, appreciating her passions, and celebrating her progress, targets what truly matters to her. They acknowledge qualities that most men overlook, making her feel seen and valued beyond her looks. This approach doesn't just make you attractive, it makes you stand out as a rare and confident presence in her life. When a woman feels understood in this way, she forms a connection with you that is far more powerful than superficial attraction. Key takeaway: attraction isn't about flattery. It's about recognizing and respecting what makes her unique. You shift your focus from appearance-based compliments to meaningful acknowledgments of her character, growth, and passions. You naturally create deeper connections. This is the foundation of Stoic attraction, where you lead with presence, wisdom, and sincerity rather than neediness or validation seeking.